start.
All right.
So with me tonight, my name is Dan Tartaglione, D Tartag1 on the forums. We have Jerry Hine, Queso Sauce on the forums, and Mike
Yeah,
Turner, Mr.
this
Fahrenheit
yeah, this
007
sound
on
might
the
have been
forums.
off there for the beginning, guys, but yeah, welcome. Thanks.
Oh, well,
That was my fault. I
welcome,
was
welcome everybody who is again. Sorry about that. We had a little bit of technical difficulties. The first match of the night, or our night, their morning, is going to be Greg
Hello
Shaw
from
versus Bash.
audio.
What was that?
Mike, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay,
Okay.
so this is going to be the Star Wars CCG World's Championship coming to you live from Germany. I'm your commentator, Dan Torteglione, D Torteg1 on the forums. With me is Jerry Hine, Queso Sauce on the forums, and Mike Turner as well, who is Mr. Fahrenheit 007. So again, looking like it's going to be Bastion playing Map. Greg Shaw is going to be playing Diplo.
All right. Yeah, so I see You'll Be
Again,
Dead and Bow to the First Order. Standard start for map. A little bit harder
Yeah,
to
yeah,
looks
tell.
like we probably won't have much space going on.
no. I was gonna say it looks like we might not have a lot of space in the game itself. Plus, we're not gonna have a lot of space on the table. But where they're working out of, I
But
can understand that. But it looks like standard maps up, and can't really tell what Greg started.
I must be allowed to speak strike planning and a walk lane, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay,
It's
so
kind of a wild guess there.
pretty standard Diplo.
All right. So it looks like the Jakku site comes out.
Did we see which droid started? Was it R2D2V or was it R2D2 and C3PO? White border
I
one, it
can't
looks
tell.
like.
Yes, white border.
The D2V. Opportunity to head over to Starkiller Base.
All right, Dan, I saw your message. I'll work on that.
We cleared the we're just getting more and more in focus. Is that just me or you guys?
Slightly as well. I mean, it's still a little blurry, but I mean, it's not as choppy as it was.
Was, yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Better and better.
Slowly.
But
Yeah, for everybody who's watching, this is coming to you live from Germany, home of our current
I'm
world champion Bastian Winkelhaus, who's going out for the first ever back-to-back world championship in Star Wars CCG. We've never had a back-to-back champion. I don't even think we've had a back-to-back champion or players from the previous year make the final. I could be wrong regarding that. Let me check our handy internet.
as far as runners up, you mean? Make the finals?
Well, anybody, the 2 players in the finals to make it to
Greg
back
Shaw
to
has
back.
actually done so.
Has?
Just looking at the
Yeah, he made it twice in a row,
world
but lost
results
both.
earlier.
Yeah.
Turner lost both.
Oh yeah, yeah. Greg Shaw played. It was in 2002 against Angelo, in and then we had Greg Shaw in 2003 against Johnny Yu. So Greg's no slouch when it comes to playing in the World Championships. I mean, he's gone back to back. He's our Continental winner right now. So
So
I mean,
we got some action here, and we got looks like they're finally
looks like
getting underway. Bastion's pulling the finalizer.
Was
yeah, it looks like
pulling, is that a Radis pull or what
yeah,
else?
that was a Radis, and it looks like there's also I want to say that's Bale. So
Real
Greg
party.
went out and used Might of the Republic to get Raditz and Bale, but again, we're not 100% sure about that.
It was leadership for Radis and then a might for Bale.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
And he'll probably use strike planning to get
the Mon Mothma.
Mothma and
So
Calrissian.
kind of almost pretty standard setup right now for both the decks. We don't know if he's playing which Lando he's playing, so he might not be playing the General Lando. I mean, he might just play Lando Scoundrel.
Dark Player's Hand. Assault in the Dark Player's Hand. The Star Color Base Forest. Push maybe.
It looks like Bastion went back to. I know he was talking about earlier. He sent us over his picks for the OCS, which is going to be Jerry and I are actually going to be doing a live show
Cool.
this week to announce the bracket essentially for the OCS championships. Bastion actually sent over his picks, being that we're going to be doing the live show 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. He currently is the number 2 seed essentially, and he sent in the email he wasn't really sure what he wanted to run for Darkseid, so it looks like he went with something that he's a little bit more familiar with and just saying trying out a new deck like any or a stunning move.
All right, so he got
Got Kylo coming out of the forest here.
yeah, he's got 2 Starkiller base sites out first turn, and he's putting Kylo out. Is that with the lightsaber or a blaster? I couldn't tell.
He played the shuttle from hand and grabbed Kylo
Oh,
from
that's
reserve
what
with
it
the
is.
shuttle.
Okay, it's the shuttle.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's probably. It looks like he's going for the saber right now. Now, depending on what Greg has, I mean, if Greg has Menace Fades in the deck, that's gonna slow the damage down that Bastion can do. So, being that he started Walkling, Speak, and Strike Planning, I mean, that's your standard Diplo plays. But I know Diplo, especially recently, likes to play Menace Fade.
Just the lightsaber. I don't know. I mean, do you think needs a Menace Fades in this matchup?
Yeah, I would get if you can get the Menace Fades, and if you can get some sort of way of mitigating the damage from You'll Be Dead, you got to think Diplo's got the favorite team. I mean, they have the better space package, unless of course Bastion is playing some more ships in his deck instead of just finalizing.
I would definitely agree. I think Diplo is favored here, but I think that they go heavy in space and are able to overwhelm Menace Fades even. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, Menace Fades will literally only cancel the lightsaber bonus and the bonus from the Jakku system. So I mean, it could help.
From
Not only that,
finalizer.
it cancels at the it cancels with the control room too.
Yeah, yeah.
Now it doesn't get around Alderaan because it's the light side's game text that is causing the additional. So Bastion, if he has that second ship and goes to Alderaan, he's essentially drinking 2 there.
That's fair.
And he doesn't have to worry about Menace Fades. So, but that's just something that we might want to see. And the other thing is, Bastion doesn't have a lot of characters with ability 6, so you might see Greg just go try and stack at the Desert Dune Sea, forcing Bastion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Greg's
characters.
game plan is going to be to stack. Diplo typically tends to play a real horizontal game. He'll probably
Yeah,
guys
I think it really comes down to
take
how
really advantage of that flip side text to the objective.
Yeah, I think it comes down to how Greg built the deck. If it's more of like we saw with I want to say it was Joe Olson who played it at Continental.
Oh, probably.
Sorry.
We've just got systems coming down here. It looks like
It looks like they're
Alderaan and Chandrila.
Again, like I said, and he's got looks like he's got the moisture farm. He's got
that's
moisture
farm, not Chandrila. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of people on the Tantive.
Yeah, he deployed Radis to the Tantive and is using Radis to pull the Corvette.
I mean, both these decks are decks that rely on putting a lot of cards on the table. So we're not whoever wins isn't going to win by a lot. Thankfully, it's strength of schedule versus differential. And if you're watching right now, if you're not familiar with the two, differential is when your entire life force. What's the difference between you have left compared to your opponent? So if you have 10 cards left, you get a full win plus 10. Whereas strength of schedule is if you play somebody better, you're going to have a better win percent. Being that Greg and Bastion are playing each other right off the bat, that's even if you lose, that's pretty good because the other one's probably going to have a high win percentage.
Yeah, this is definitely a good feature match. This could be,
Yeah.
this could be a top 8 game for sure. So definitely interested to see if Bastion's quick damage will be too much for Greg to handle here. But Greg looks like he got a pretty good start. He definitely had
And the thing is, Greg's coming off of an incredible win on table. So he's playing the best he can.
Yeah.
So
he definitely wrecked it.
but yeah, but again, he's
Minnesota.
playing Bastion. So and Bastion,
Didn't Greg play Diplo at the NPC?
honestly, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It's something we could easily
That
check out.
reemergence of Diplo that we saw, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I know. I
He
know
and
a
a
lot
couple
of.
other people kind of pioneered that.
I know at least like the Pittsburgh
And
crew
took
were
over
thinking
the
about it.
Shangri-La.
Yeah, and Diplo is a good response when you think Rops is going to be, played a lot, because I feel like its Rops matchup is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm interested with this build of Diplo that we see, because didn't we see squadron assignments going for the Falcon for
Like,
the
like
turn
the
one
speed
flip?
Diplo, I think they call that one, yeah.
Yeah,
This
and
one's
I've seen
definitely
like
not that.
players. Yeah, a lot of people play
Or
that. The first person I seen to play that was Anthony Howard Batman. He loved doing that speed. Turn one essentially, moving the Falcon over, moving it
I've
back.
that a little bit too, because like against Rops, you can play R2D2V as your starting droid, and then dock it onto the Falcon and move to Aldron, and then move the Falcon to Routier turn one.
Yeah, yeah, which keeps them from doing much. But
Yeah.
yes,
Push.
Mike, you were correct. Greg did play Diplo at the NPC. Jerry, what are you watching in the background? Does it look like the Phantom Menace?
Yeah, it's the Phantom Menace, although it looks like it paused itself at some point.
Yeah. Are we gonna get a marathon of Star Wars
That's kind of
today?
what I was thinking of, yeah.
So are you gonna play Attack of the Clones next, or are you just gonna surprise us?
I mean, we could go in order, or we could just hit shuffle and get all the Star Wars
Interesting.
movies.
So Greg moved the stacked up Tantive over to it looks like Chandrila, so Chandrila, whatever you call it. And Bastion's rolling
Chandrila.
into his
Yeah,
and
Bastion's
Bastion
playing a
now
Force push.
which is a lesser version of Tarkin's bounty.
I don't know. Force push gets you one extra force in your force pile. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, but
There also pulls a card from your force pile. That's pretty sweet.
well,
So does
Tarkin
Tarkin's
bounty.
bounty.
Yeah, but Tarkin's bounty, if you throw it in Tarkin, look at the top of your reserve deck anywhere. Plus, it essentially says Leia Rebel Princess cannot use her game text
The
where you have Imperial.
command.
Well,
So-
Dan certainly does love talking about his own card.
Thought. Yeah, grab the command. That's not a surprise.
No, and it looks like he might be going for what, PV? Or maybe a General Grievous.
It's PV.
Okay, so
Pretty
yeah,
sure.
there's
It's Hux. It's Hux.
it's never Hux.
It's Hux. Look at the table right now.
Okay, it is Hux.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, I'm sorry, it is General Hug.
It's
One of the few good things out of that one.
I think he's gonna probably play Hux and go for the use pile search.
You think he
This
maybe
turn,
drops?
but-
I was gonna say you think he drops the finalizer and Hux, or
yeah, he's going finalizer to Tatooine.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean it's gonna take a second for Greg to assemble his space fleet. He's going to take. It's a slow deck, as we said. He's not going for the speed flip, so he's going to take a
Yeah.
second to flip, and then he's going to have to assemble his space fleet to come after the finalizer.
Yeah.
They
And
play here, especially with the pile surge, and where he's tracking what's going through his force pile, what's going through his used pile. He knows what he's
yeah.
going to get in that pole, and
And the other thing is the fact that Bastion went straight to Tatooine instead of saying Jakku or even Starkiller Base. He can sit there now and tell Greg, "Come at me. You're not going to be deploying your Tatooine celebration until you force me out."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a strong play.
You do only get one destiny at that Tatooine system if you're the dark side player.
No,
and
it's only if you have an yeah, it's only if you don't have a
independent
a separatist
yeah,
or
which so I mean
confederation.
there might be like a Zuckuss and Mist Hunter or something, but currently he would only get one destiny, so
Yeah.
playing command or adding with other characters like Thrawn wouldn't help him there, at least until he gets the independent starship out. I doubt there'll
so
be any
does that
separatist ships.
I
Mos
mean, that would be
Eisley?
totally random, but I mean, it is Bastion.
See that Greg just played.
I didn't see it.
Is it a
Vertical. It's a vertical Tatooine site. So
it's the Mos Eisley, I think.
I think so.
That's what it looks like to me, is Tatooine, Mos Eisley. Because, yeah, I mean, at some point I'll probably get the Cantina out, and that's always a
Yeah.
Cantina shuffle with the Mos Eisley.
He's got a pretty big hand already.
So Corellian Corvette joins the Tantive.
Imagine we might see a character go to the ground here.
Yeah, it's a EPP Luke or a
a
young
move-
Skywalker, one of the two. We won't know
Move
for sure.
Probably the
flip.
young Skywalker, because, and this is actually a smart thing by Greg, because there's only one Dark Jedi in the entire map deck. So
That
Greg
did-
can now, yeah, Greg can just sit there and retrieve until Bastion comes down and does something about that young Skywalker, but it's not going to be hard with map.
It's like that did flip Greg back. Like Luke must be the resistance agent.
Yeah, I think that's probably what you have to do in this deck, and I mean, unless you're running multiple copies of Rey. But
Yeah.
I think Luke's got to be.
I
your
would
agent.
assume it must be. Probably see Greg move for the flip here and leave them.
Yeah, that might be what he's. Let's see. He's searching for something. Oh, he's using. I must be allowed to speak because if he deployed Luke, he's getting the card out of the use pile.
I wonder if this is the
That's Owen and
the
Brew.
map. So I'm wondering if this is the map that Bastion played at the Euro Champ.
It's probably pretty similar. He might have made a few meta, adjustments for what he expected to see out of the Americans, but it's probably within a couple cards.
Which is kind of interesting because he's the map that he played at the Euro Championship was Chris Kelly's version.
Okay.
So
Leia.
Yeah. So
somebody at each Tatooine
yeah,
site.
that's the Leia. Wow.
So
he's just spreading.
I would imagine he must have Hujix in hand. He wouldn't make this play without protection from the trooper beat. There goes a projection.
Projection around to the forest. Yeah, I'm guessing that he's got a Hujix in hand, and then we don't know what Bastion, if Bastion has an Ellis Hellrat, that could be also a big card to look for, and also maybe a canceller out of Greg Shaw.
Definitely.
Well, Greg, no doubt that Greg's playing a canceller. I mean, you're probably going to be playing quite a mercenary.
It's a hit would
At
be a good
least
one.
it's a hit.
I would
Yeah,
play it's a hit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let me go check and see what. Being that Greg played this at the NPC, we could easily go take
We
a
got
look
the
and see what
flip.
that
Yeah,
looks.
he's flipping and then taking any card into hand with the Death Star plans.
See what he pulls. BPOB there.
I think if I were him,
Uh,
I'd be
wh-
looking for something in space, whether it be another ship or
Well,
like a good pilot like Hera
Yeah.
or Rey.
Yeah.
no.
Nope.
So Greg actually in this, at least in his NPC deck, played Mantillion Savrip. So that's a card that we could actually see in. And if that's the case, then he definitely played the R2 and the 3P. It doesn't look like in at least his NPC one, he doesn't have just regular R2 in his deck. But
Yeah.
again,
We haven't seen the Savrip yet, but I'm
Yeah.
guessing since it wasn't speed Diplo that he's probably just playing the combo R2D2 and 3PO guy.
I think he might at least probably has the R2 in the deck just for props. But at the same time, I mean, just off the top, there
three
goes
cards.
Nara.
Nara.
I think it was a sight, wasn't it? Was
Leadership.
Yeah, it looked like a leadership, and I didn't see a sight, but I thought I saw like maybe an Owen Brew.
It was definitely Menace Fades.
Oh, Menace Phase was lost there.
Fades and Commander Nara.
Okay.
Okay.
The top two are leadership, and it looks like Captain Hera.
Good morning, CRG. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Interested that he moved Owen and Baru over to join Leia.
Well,
Because I mean, maybe he doesn't
I
have
maybe
the
he just
Hujix or
yeah. I was gonna say he doesn't.
He doesn't have the Hujix because that would if he left Owen and Baru by themselves. And notice now, Bastion is not going against any of those characters by themselves. They would add one more
Well,
to that
I mean,
battle
Bastion
destiny with
just.
the flip
I mean,
side of the objective.
you saw that Bastion just caused the Menace Phase to lose, so he doesn't have to really worry about any like not losing his bonuses to the drain. So he can now drain there at
Yeah.
the. He's draining for what 1 at the forest. He's draining 2 at Tatooine. He could essentially drop like Phasma down to the control center, drain for another 2. So
Yeah.
that would be 5. Greg doesn't have Celebration, but I mean he has Young Skywalker, so that's 4 loss. So I mean, and we don't. It looks like Greg or Bastion has a gun and the saber on Kylo, so that's another extra point of damage.
5 forces.
Probably going to see Phasma. 5 forces probably.
Paid 5.
What does Snoke come down? Oh, Mara.
Mara.
And
Know
can't
what
tell.
that is.
I can't tell what that card is at all.
Use pile search. So it was obviously a separate or not a separate. It's a first
Oh,
order
that's
It's
check.
gotta be a Snoke.
It's Snoke.
Yeah.
It's
No,
Snoke.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Makes
like
sense.
it's an AI Snoke or something.
No, that's just Snoke. I don't think we've had an AI Snoke yet.
Maybe there was one released at Worlds.
No, graphics hasn't been
I
working.
guess you would know that.
Well, I mean, I don't know if graphics hasn't been working on one or not.
All right, so we got Snoke and Mara Jade versus Leia and Owen and Baru.
Definitely see a battle here. I think we're gonna see if Greg has that Hujix or not.
Potentially.
It depends. Leia's what 4'7". Owen Baru's 4'6".
Someone's gonna get hit with a
You're gonna
lightsaber.
you're probably gonna see the Leia get hit just because she's a higher. Hey, Angelo's in the or watching the Twitch.
Interesting.
Oh. Oh, maybe just maybe Angelo's using maybe TD.
All right.
Okay, it
Is
looks
that,
like is
then
that
is that Dengar?
that's Dengar. That's
All right.
Dengar with his gun.
All right. So
Wait, I mean,
maybe he will need that
yeah,
Hujix now because of the forfeit 0
yeah,
on Dengar.
yeah. Greg didn't have a barrier. He hasn't anything.
Bastion plays firepower shield in case there's any exclusion shenanigans coming from Greg. Pay 1 to battle.
Greg's gonna lose 1 for Snoke.
Lightsaber.
See,
It's a hit. There were 2
boom.
red cards and Leia's defense value 3, so. And shoot, they're hit.
Well, here's a question: do you think Greg's going to go with total power, the Destiny to total power, or the Destiny to attrition? Because Mara's there.
I think he's going to need to go for power unless he's just planning on Hujixing. So if he's planning on Hujixing, then he'll go for power or for attrition. But if he doesn't have the Hujix, then he's got to go for power.
I thought that only worked with an Imperial leader.
Yeah,
Actually, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. My bad.
Yeah, so I don't use that copy of Leia very much. I like other copies of Leia. So
Leia Organa.
I like Leia V, just the Jedi pack Leia, but the virtual one.
Well, I mean, she doesn't see that much game text, but yeah, gains yes. Draws
Huh?
one destiny. Draws one battle destiny if enabled. Otherwise, if with an Imperial leader, may add 1 destiny total power or attrition instead. And the best part of that game text is the diplomatic. Yeah,
So
Overflow for Greg here. There's an Obi-Wan,
no Hujix.
and he deck 1. It was Obi-Wan V.
Oh, so he only had 1 overflow.
looked like it.
I guess that's not too bad.
Looks like Leia's on top of the boss pile.
Yeah, because he wants to
Now
try.
here's a question: if you're Bastion, do you lose the Leia or not? Sorry, the Mara, or do you lose the Dengar?
He lost Mara.
Yeah, he lost the Mara, but do you think that's the right play?
Absolutely. Dengar shoots twice, and Diplo has a bunch of scrubby characters it's going to try to use. I think.
Totally agree. I think that's definitely the right play.
Okay.
Plus, I mean, it might have been that Greg drew a certain number where it was either he had to lose Snoke or Mara, and in that situation, you're certainly losing Mara.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Greg was drawing, it looks like, an extra +2 Destiny. And I didn't see what he drew for Destiny.
Yeah.
It was, but it's possible it was high enough it had to be Mara and couldn't be just Dengar.
Yeah, Dengar is probably only forfeit 4. I forget. I think he's pretty. He's not a good forfeit, so.
Yeah, this isn't a court deck, so he's not going to plus.
Yeah.
Faces are in the way of Bastion's lost pile. Is there a way to fix that?
Oh yeah, I can move that.
Yes,
Right over next to his
Dengar
name
is a
even.
forfeit 4.
Oh, look at that. Three
Oh,
combo
Jerry.
on
Okay,
top.
I would say stop right there, Jerry.
Yeah, that's good.
That's what she said. All right. So he's coming down against those guys. I can't tell what character that is. Is that like an Anakin?
It's
Expensive one. It looks like a white border character.
I was going to say, it looks like Shiru.
Yeah,
There's one.
that could make sense in Diplo.
Dan, I think that was Ashirat, and he's pulling a used pile pull here, so that was obviously one of his speak characters.
Is that Lando with Vibroax or?
Maybe
can't tell.
Ray. Is it the AI Ray?
Yeah, that's the AI Ray from Worlds
Oh, okay.
2 years ago.
Well, it wasn't a speak character, but it was a used pile. It looks like it's possible we were incorrect, and that is Chewy Protector, because it looks like he's canceling Dengar's game text
Okay. Yeah, it could be a Chewy protector.
on that, but they seem to be discussing something with Dengar.
Yeah. Yeah. If that's the case, then yeah, because Chewy Protector says
He kind of
once
has
per
his
turn.
head tilted to the side like that. I'm pretty sure that is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they seem to
Once
be.
per turn, may target opponent's character with the same site who has power less than 4. Cancel target's game text for the remainder of the turn. So, being that Dengar is a power 3, yeah, that's probably Chewy with Protector.
Bright Hope going to Tatooine.
So
Okay.
it looks like Greg's gonna make a move to 1, retake the system, and 2, see if he can get at least.
Celebration.
Yeah. Greg's gonna try and mitigate some of that damage, that early damage.
For on real thin. A Bastion race him, it looks like.
But again, I mean, Greg lost. We got to remember Greg lost the Menace phase, but now he has a chance to get it back. Possibly.
But you know, he got that projection over there on the forest, and like Kylo's not really doing that much damage. He's facing down the finalizer right now, like 1 damage.
Yeah, I don't think.
Right now, we believe it to be the young Skywalker CRT.
I'm fairly certain that he flipped Greg flipped Bastion back when he played young Skywalker, so I think that's his resistance agent.
Yeah, yeah, we are 90% sure that Luke, young Skywalker, is the agent, and he is on the table currently. So everything is good there. Yeah, as soon as Luke was deployed, he flipped back. So that's our reasoning there.
A little there from Greg. Like he peeked at the top card of his reserve and opted. Who does that? Like
Sure.
exactly. Once the battle's initiated.
Yes. Yeah.
And Ramus for Destiny of some sort.
Yes.
Yeah, it's hard to follow here. Maybe that's just Battle Destinies. Since
Red card. Looks like a imbalance combo.
yeah, since Chewie canceled Dengar's game text, we're not gonna have any.
That's a 2, 3, 4.
It did. So Greg looked at the top card of his reserve, correct?
Yes.
So
he did.
And then did he place it back, or did he put it
The force
the force
pile.
Put it on
So
the
he did.
force. Yeah.
Okay.
So he didn't like that one, but Diplo.
So he didn't like that one, but then he got a Captain Antilles. So
Wasn't much better, obviously.
wasn't much better.
I mean, Diplo's
But again,
not
he's-
known for having high
My
Nice.
guess
destiny.
would be he initiated that battle hoping to kill at least Snoke
Well,
and leave Dengar stranded with Bastion. You know, the kind of the onus on Bastion to do something about Dengar.
yeah. But it looks like Greg had to
Dengar's
lose.
the only one that's gonna have to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diplo's not known for drawing high destinies until it gets a lot of occupation or sites occupied to boost its.
But it's kind of funny. He's already got
I guess
like
he already
a
got a
whole bunch
+3.
of locations occupied.
That's
he just
true.
has high ability characters or no rebels or
Well,
quite satisfied.
he's got no. Yeah, he's only got the Krillin Corvette with R2 on it. He's got the Tantive with at least one character that will give the +1 to Diplo, and then he's got Chewie, so it's only a +2 still.
Right.
And
We're in front of finalizer. It looks like. Still must be on there. Birds are not.
who?
Tantive.
Well, that's the Tantive. And it looks like everybody. He's got Mothma on there, and I want to say Bale
There's Radis as well.
and Radis. Okay.
I think Bale and Radis would be my guess. Yeah.
Well, he pulled the Chandrila from his deck, so it's got to be Mothma.
Looks like Bastion's fair field. Good effect.
I think he's probably just searching for a Star Killer base site to verify his reserve deck.
Fanfare down there that he pulled. Greg to verify.
Well, I think that was his hand.
Shuffle there.
It couldn't have been a start. Well, he activated. Then did Greg lose any force?
Activating now. He pulled the Fanfare Shield to shuffle his deck because he knew he was going to activate cards he didn't want to, or something like
That
that.
had to
I'm
be
pretty
it.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sounds right.
there's the Fanfare Shield. Yeah, because the Star Killer base is deploy only.
Alright. And then he's probably gonna
No,
use pile pulls or something here, hoping to get something out of that force pile that he just shuffled for.
well, he's got Kylo's on the field. He's got Hux is on the Snoke is on the field, so he's only got one use pile left.
I don't think Hux isn't out on the table, is he? Or is he on the finalizer?
I think Hux is on
I thought he was
finalizer, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Trying for a trooper bomb right now.
What against Luke and Chewie? I mean, you can't go Phasma on Chewie because as soon as she hits the field, Greg's gonna cancel her game text.
That is true.
Well, actually, it depends because I mean, yeah, because if Bastion comes down with one of the troopers that can hit Chewie or hit Luke, he might cancel her game text.
Interested to see what Bastion's gonna do about the finalizer here.
Actually,
He's kind of gotta do something about it, I feel like.
and I will say this: I'm correction on me. You can't cancel Phasma text. She has a power 4.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, you'd use it on like one of the one of the troopers, like you said.
Yeah.
I'll use it on FN, would be my guess.
Yeah.
So
We're up to 7 viewers.
we are. While we have a
Right.
little bit of a break, so like we did Continentals, we're gonna actually do another one of those little drawings. Chris Goglin actually volunteered to do the giveaway, so we're gonna be doing a giveaway again. It's gonna be for another set 11 pack. It's one of the preview packs with a bunch of white bordered cards that we, as well as one foil. To enter, all you need to do is send us your Twitch name to the Star Wars CCG Holo Theater. If you do that, you'll be entered. If you're a Prime subscriber, you get 2 entrances. We'll do,
I'll put the
and
email
we're going to,
address on the
yeah.
screen.
If you could do, yeah, if you want to do that. Again, what we'll be doing is during, I want to say in between the finals tomorrow, we will do the drawing for it. So during the final game in game 1 and game 2, we'll do the drawing, and somebody will go home with a set 11 preview pack. Enter now. And thank you, Jerry. There's
Obviously, a big decision for Bastion. I saw him eyeing General Grievous there in his hand. He's really thinking about whether he wants to go to the ground or not, or think it's just kind of a tough decision. Big turn for him, I can tell.
Yeah, definitely, because he's got to worry about the system now that Greg has moved over in front of him.
Greg's kind of cornered him. I mean, I did see he has the Dark Side Jakku system in his hand.
So yeah, you could just move
that and run away, but he's got to do something about that for sure. And if he does that, he's still facing down quite a bit of damage from one with the Alderaanians, and he's going to be hurting with that Cantina Shuffle. And
Yep. Well, he doesn't have. Does he have the Cantina out as well?
he played the Cantina
Okay.
last
Yeah,
turn.
that's right. Yep.
Able to get a drain from both of those characters. You know, it'll be a drain 3 on the ground, and it'll be a drain at Chandrila as well. Even if he moves away.
That's fair. All right, he's going Grievous to the control room.
Go for the race. It looks
It
like
looks like they might be racing. I think that favors
it's
Greg.
the race here. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. With the
He's got the
on the
celebration.
table and the projection and to go to Star Killer base with Tantive 4 possibly.
Does he move the shuttle up without anybody on it? That's interesting.
Star Killer base, I don't think that's too risky.
Yeah,
because
Tantive's already out of
Life
the
Pick
table,
can't
but
deploy there.
Unless, of course, Greg is playing Rogue One.
yeah, he pulled the
feel like
Corvette with
that's-
Radis, so you'd have to find it if he did have it.
Shuttle's obviously going to meet up with Finalizer at some point.
Right.
It's reloading here, hoping to draw into something good. No, I didn't see. Did he also look for a Star Killer base site?
I think he did.
Maybe?
Pretty
I
sure
have
I
a
saw
pretty
it
good
verified.
idea of what was in there. His reserve, he's looking for something specific. It seems like.
Maybe like a lateral damage, or I don't know.
Probably,
Maybe like a
I
P59.
feel like maybe some sort of mitigation or way to get celebration off the table. Maybe a masterful move combo.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
And you gotta think he's plays. We haven't seen a master move in the deck.
And that
yet.
was a weapons display retrieval from Greg. Yeah, I mean he's definitely winning the race here. 2 with celebration here. Oh
Up
nope,
there, okay,
there's the masterful move combo. I would imagine.
Yeah, and
Grab
Greg can't
that,
do anything.
but he
Greg can't do anything
cannot.
about it because he uses
He's
grabber
already-
to grab the command.
Yeah, he's already grabbed.
Play from Bastion.
Does Greg pop his Walkling now to get the celebration back?
I would imagine he's going to do something to get it back.
Oh, Nita maybe.
I mean,
Where you-
Nita,
Obi-Wan
lost.
Yeah, he's already in lost pile, so
Yeah, Obi-Wan's already gone. So,
So the only real way he can get it is with Walkling right this second.
or is Snoke still out on the table?
Still out.
Yeah.
got shuttled up.
He's on the
He got shuttled
finalizer. Yeah. So yeah, he couldn't use Luke retrieval. But looks like he did.
Looks like
He retrieved it. Must have popped his Walkling. That's my guess, because now I see a flipped over card by his starting stuff.
he definitely did.
He popped his
pop
Walkling.
Walkling.
Yeah, do it. Nailed it.
Here come the drains.
Well, that's the thing is like, where is Snoke? You said Snoke is on the
He's on the
finalizer.
finalizer.
He's
Okay.
sideways up there.
Yeah, he's sideways, but okay, so he's at Chandrila.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say because if Snoke, if they
Or
send
is
him
it
over to Star
Jakku?
Killer base,
Might be at Jakku. Did
it's
Bastion have the
gotta be
system out?
Bastion has not played the system yet.
Okay, so then it's Chandrila.
yeah.
To lost, command to lost. Not looking good in space. I think this matchup looks good for Greg right now.
Yeah.
Well, if he can get
Starting
the
in space,
finalizer
and
to
he's top decking all of his space cards.
yeah, all Snoke has to do is if Snoke goes to a non-battleground, Greg can start retrieving with young Skywalker.
Well, Snoke won't be going to any non-battlegrounds.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. It's what 4 o'clock in the morning for you.
It is.
Yeah, it's 3 o'clock in
4:06.
the morning for me. We are not going to be
Reserves?
providing the best commentary.
Bastion is
Speak for
just
yourself.
top decking all of the worst cards here.
Yeah, you top deck the supply too. Or sorry, the
No, it's strategic reserves. Yeah.
That's what I meant to say. Strategic reserves. So Yeah, it's Bastion does look like he's in a tough spot. We'll see if he can get. I think his one way of victory is now going to be some sort of a beatdown. If he can get a beatdown in on the ground.
Yeah,
He
and I
still
would
has
imagine
Phasma,
Greg's
but
going to try and shore up.
Yeah, Greg should be prepared for that.
well, I mean, even if he didn't have to lose any Hojin in or Hojix, so I'm not going to start with the Hojinks again. But he didn't lose the Hojik. He didn't lose his light side Gek.
Hey, it's called Hujix. I have a Hujix tattoo, so Hujix demands respect.
I agree.
Yeah, I know it deserves respect, and it should have respect. I just can't say the word.
Hujix rolls around on roller skates.
So, for at least from my perspective, it's a light side Gek. Hey,
Fight up
Mike,
here,
Mike, you might be able to answer this for me. Who picked Bastion in the fantasy live draft?
section in the fantasy lineup.
I
I've
don't-
been
I was gonna say,
Emil.
who was your big money pick?
I didn't really have a huge one. I took Tom Haid for 35. He was my biggest.
Okay.
And then I had a couple that were 25 20s.
Yeah. Did you get Baroni?
Took safe picks. Pick was Kyle Kruger, and I actually ended up dropping him from my team.
So it looks like there
Well-
was a battle at the Chandrilla system. He lost the R2D2 and C3PO.
Okay, so
Yeah, looks like Solo is now on board that Corvette.
Hux has been forfeited. Yeah, Bastion looks like he's in a
In
tough
rough
spot.
shape.
Tough spot. More light side wins.
oh, Barry took Bastion.
Why did they switch to such a small table for the featured table?
They had this like round table at first, and I don't know
Okay.
what the apparently that was not going to be good.
Maybe it was just because of like the pipes on the side.
It just
It is what it is. I just thought it was kind of funny.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like the round table would have been better, but Tom Kelly was pretty adamant that they needed to switch to this table, so I'll take his word for it. He's my pick to win.
Wait, what? Why? Why
He's the
would
one
you?
playing on the square table? So
Yeah, I mean, hey, this is the very
Yeah.
first live stream that we've ever done from a European event in Star Wars CCG history. We will take what we can get at this point.
Yeah, I don't think. I really don't think we're going to be able to get it in HD. We don't have HD. Europeans don't have
probably
HD
about
equipment.
as high definition as it's
Yeah.
gonna get.
Yeah, I've tried working on the working with them on the focus and all that stuff, but it's this is about as good as we're gonna get for now. We'll see what we can do in between games if they can make any adjustments over there in Germany. But us being over here in the States, it's hard for us to have much control over the feed that we get. But thanks for joining us at this hour. I really appreciate it.
So
Greg
At least-
losing a couple spies there to Force Trance, it looks like. I saw Jin go lost and I saw Cornhorn go lost.
it looks like a P-59 just came down against Lucas.
Is that a P-59? Yeah.
That's a P-59.
Just interrupt.
Looks like Greg. Yeah, I was going to say Greg just barriered him.
Here it was a Yavin sentry. It looks like he's expecting the troopers.
Yeah.
Perimeter scan.
Another card in the
Like-
cantina. I can't tell what card that is.
and-
Pure Canis.
Kier, one of the two. I think Kier, you're right.
Yeah, it looks about right.
He's contemplating a cancel or not.
It's gonna grab the barrier.
He wants to grab it. So guard sees a trooper and a point man, right?
Yeah, it was definitely a point man and a trooper. I didn't tell what the first one was.
Point man.
Okay. No, yeah, I said point man. I said point man and a trooper. I just didn't. I think there was 3 cards, right?
Were there? I only saw 2.
Oh, okay. Maybe you're right.
Space. That's a Dolphed up in space, or Doffeld, or however you pronounce his name.
Oh,
Right.
somebody else having issues pronouncing Star Wars names?
We all
Yeah,
have.
some of them are kind of confusing, right?
It's not that we're bashing anybody. It's just this is
Kind
again
of
the first live stream from Germany, so you guys are doing amazing jobs. For
streaming live from 1997.
yep. Okay, Phasma comes down as well, so we're gonna see 2 Destiny
House surge.
against
A massive
Chewy
style
and
surge.
yeah.
Yeah, I think
I don't
this
think
is.
we're getting.
So Bastion just drops down with P59, Kirkanos, FN, Phasma.
What was that?
That's
He's gonna get somebody from
but it
his
looks like yeah. I
used
was gonna
pile
say
and play them too.
probably maybe a Min. You get that Min, and then you just cancel any interrupt that he plays.
He has Grievous in hand. Grievous would be appealing if he's got a command.
I mean,
I thought
he's got one on the
I thought Grievous was already on the table at the control room.
yeah, he is.
You are correct. My mistake. My mistake. Played him already. Here's another trooper though.
Yeah, another trooper. That just looks like a generic first order trooper.
And a gun. The Antilles maneuver, it looks like, to make him pay 1 to fire that gun.
Yeah, that'll help. Trooper
So,
assault, though, makes all those troopers immune and power +2. Oh, he's going to sense the trooper assault. That's a good call by Greg there.
Sense.
Yeah, sense
I
the
think-
trooper assault. That's huge.
and he caught Bastion without the shield out too. I wonder if
Yeah.
Bastion will play it here.
Is Bastion's shield busted?
No, he doesn't look like he's shield busted, but I mean,
4 shields out. I don't know if he played one of them with a or not though.
does he have 4?
Yeah,
He's got the
does.
fanfare. He's got grabber and what
Air
battle?
power.
Yeah,
Firepower.
firepower.
Does he have or battle order?
But what the 4th one is, but I can tell there's 4 shields out there.
Okay, yeah, I see it now.
He draws the
And
trooper.
yeah, he
for
draws it pretty
Destiny.
low.
4, 5, 6 for Destiny.
For Greg or for Bastion?
7. Retrieval for winning the battle. Kind of made a desperation play there. It seemed like a little bit of a mishmash of characters, and
Yeah,
Well,
did
I mean,
not pan out.
it comes. I mean, he comes down with he's a lot of the stuff that Map has. I think the big play was by Greg since the trooper.
that was huge.
Assault.
Still clears
Yeah.
them,
That
though.
is true. But I don't think Greg would have a huge problem for this battle. But instead, he ends up winning the battle, being able to retrieve, and to just reload, and it's the Greg or the Bastion is not at now.
Yeah, I mean,
Diplo like
he was
to.
able to clear
Um,
him, so that's good.
Wait, did Bastion clear? Bastion cleared Greg.
Yeah.
That flips Greg
You're
back.
Greg.
Doesn't occupy
You
battle-
are just back on the 0 side of the
So, I mean, it's not as big because Greg still controls a location, so all he has to do is occupy this. But Bastion now has a strong foothold in Cantina.
a little better than I guess.
Yeah, totally clearing him was big. I didn't think that was going to happen, but maybe with the
Well, he looks like he hit Chewie, and then Luke lost his immunity. So
yeah, Luke doesn't have any immunity because he's the resistance agent.
yeah, and being that
So he must
Greg,
have shoot
so that
the trooper gun at
yeah,
Chewie because P-59 doesn't affect forfeit.
and now
Trooper
Bastion
gun
flipped.
affects the ability to satisfy for attrition.
So now Bastion's flipped. Greg can't retrieve at all until he flips it back.
Interesting.
So I think the game just took a complete 180 with that turn.
He has a hand. He has a big force pile. He's got a lot of cards. Luke coming down.
Master Luke.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
what he drew that for Destiny last.
Okay.
Took
Okay.
it
I
into
didn't see
hand with
that.
Mon Mothma. That does flip Greg back.
Well,
Greg
yep,
back. How does that work?
that flips
It's
both.
multiple personas?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you just name.
Persona of Luke.
Yeah, you
You
did.
just name a character. Yeah. It's like if you have Rey, it's Rey with lightsaber and Rey. Works the same way.
Okay. I was not a.
I actually
sure
think it
about
only works that way with Luke, Dan, because it says like you name a card from your deck and that's your
Oh,
resistance agent,
yeah,
or your
yeah.
resistance agent is
That's
Luke.
right. That's
So
right.
I think
That's right.
only
You're right.
only Luke works with that particular.
Okay.
like if you were to choose, say, Chewie with Bowcaster, like there are Chewie that are not a resistance.
Yeah,
character.
then like playing Chewie Protector wouldn't count there in that
Yeah,
case.
I was gonna say the only resistant persona right now that has multiple personas is Rey. I don't know.
We're seeing a fight up
Yeah,
here
yeah,
in
that's
space.
And Chewie and Han are also eligible resistance agents, and they have multiple personas.
but they have to be character.
But you could name
Flipped
Chewie with
over.
Bowcaster and then also have a Chewie Protector in your deck.
Yeah.
Then that Chewie Protector wouldn't be a resistance agent.
Yeah, so see, Dan, this is where I think the game did not take a complete 180 because Greg is fighting in space here. He drew a 5 for Destiny. It's trouble in space, and Greg
Then he
has
gets
both
the addition. Yeah.
systems fortified.
Good point.
Bastion either has to fight back now or move to a non-battleground and start paying to drain. Greg is pretty comfortable, especially with his position in space right now.
Okay. Yeah, good point.
I mean, that turn for Bastion last turn definitely helped, but yeah, I don't think it.
I absolutely agree. I do think that it was a good, strong foothold that he was able to get on the ground, but like drew Lando Scoundrel for Destiny and took him into hand with Mon Mothma, and that is now going to be able to, reinforce in space even more.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It looks like Bastion's hand right now is what, 4 red cards and a trooper.
Trooper. Yeah.
So, and it looks like one of those red cards is a gift.
I will say this at least. This is definitely a good meta call by Greg because Diplo. I mean,
agree.
it has. Huh?
I think it's very good meta call for Greg. I think it's
Yeah.
good against drops. I think it's good against map. I think it's struggles against court at times. But there are ways to play it, I think, that can beat court. You just got to deal with that retrieval against court,
Yeah, I was gonna say, it does fairly decent against Agent too. So
Bastion is stuck here. It's a sniper combo, a
He's got
Gick,
a blast points in there. He's got a Gick. He's got a
Trooper.
Trooper. He's got a. I don't think he's got many options.
He does have the Cantina Drain and the Drain of 2 at the
It's about right to me, Mike Gem. Drain and draw. That is right.
Good to see Mike Gem up at this early. I mean, it's what 6:30 over there, so not as early as the three of us, but yep. Mike Gem last year, the 2018 OCS champion, had an extremely memorable game against Joe Olson in the semis. From what I saw. Oh, Justin won it. I'm sorry.
Bastion's trying to decide what to do about space here.
Well, I think I might have put the Dan Total curse on Bash picking.
maybe. I mean, it's only game 1, like you said.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you know, I've heard some of the better players say that if you're gonna lose a game, an early one's a good one to lose.
Yeah. Especially against an opponent like Greg, who we think
The
is a
high SOS probably.
high SOS. Yeah. And now Bastion gets to go down, has the possibility of playing a person who isn't going to be at one of the top tables to get a win back. Now he can start clawing his way back if the defeat if he loses. I mean, the game's still going on, and we don't have a idea of like how much time is.
Going to Tatooine.
Interesting.
You can hang on for one more turn up in space, I guess.
He didn't draw very many cards.
Taka forfeit for like 3 or 4.
I think he drew only 2 cards.
Good ones.
Maybe. I feel like it might have been 1 more Trooper and then like a Sniper Dark Strike.
He had a sniper dark strike already,
Yeah,
I think.
had it.
He had the Sniper Dark Strike, the Gick, and the Blast Trooper. So again, it's not any characters that he can go down with easily. Master. Still haven't seen an Ellis either. So
I thought I might have seen that in his hand earlier too, but I'm not sure anymore.
it looks like Greg just activated 6. He didn't have any saved, did he?
6 in reserve.
He's got a bunch of cards in his reserve, and he's got.
This
like I
is
said,
a
yeah, it looks like
trooper. Does have
looks like the top card that looks like that's the Ellis. No, can't tell what that card he just lost. Neither of you.
It's an ability. Or
I
No,
was thinking
the
Elisara,
title.
but
Yeah, the title doesn't look like it's long enough to be ability.
yeah, say it's this.
And
It's hard for us to tell a lot of these images.
Greg's going hard to space, and it looks like we're gonna have a battle.
So he's got what, the Tantive there. He's got the Bright Hope. What else?
Orlando, I would imagine. It looks like he's leadershipping out of Lost Pile with Solo.
To get another Destiny. So let's see.
Yeah,
Destiny against.
he's gonna take out everything in space here, I think.
Yeah. He's probably.
He's got
He
4
might. He's probably
Destiny
gonna.
to
And
Bastion.
he's
Be able
flipped
to keep the shuttle.
4. Wow.
Yeah, this is tough for Bastion. Like,
Gee.
I'm not sure if he just got a bad draw or if Greg just got like
And
every
he's getting.
card he needed, but it's been
Yeah,
tough.
and it looks like Greg's getting +3 to that entire Destiny stack. So I don't think there's
Yeah,
that.
Bastion. Oh, it's a blaster.
Blaster's what, 2, 3?
For 3, something like that. Their card for winning the battle. I mean, he's
Well,
almost retrieved back down
was
to
gonna
that.
say, Greg also, yeah, he won the battle, and I think the last Destiny that Greg used was for the Bright Hope.
Yeah, there's a handshake.
Yeah.
Greg wins that game.
Okay. So, yep, Greg Shaw wins over Bastion Winklehouse. Kind of a minor upset if you think about it. I mean, he had Greg Shaw who won just one contest
I
versus
don't know
Bastion.
if I would call that an upset. I mean, those two guys are both. We both had them in our top 8.
Extremely
So,
good.
yeah, I think
Extremely good players.
that was Bastion kind of looks like he got a bad draw or wasn't able to get the momentum in his favor, but Greg had all the
Yeah.
cards he needed when he needed them. So
Yeah, I mean it's early in the day when two giants collide, one must fall. You know, I
That's
mean
right.
it was
I love it.
really it was a really good matchup.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I do think that they got a little bit worse draw than Greg did.
Yeah.
Off to a pretty hot start, you know, getting Kylo out in the shuttle with the lightsaber right away, but it might have been a better idea to try and the Tatooine to put a little bit more pressure on Greg.
I think what really hurt Bastion was that first time that Greg did damage and he peeled cards off the top. It was like all the space cards he needed. Like it was
Yes.
it was like
Yes.
2 commands and like a PV or something like that. It was.
I mean, he was able to grab the first command that got played, and then PV went off the top, command went off the
Yeah.
top. I mean, difficult from there out for sure.
All right, so this game they're wrapping up here. We'll get the second game when it starts.
Yes.
Try to let you guys know the matchups when we have it. In between games, I can kind of switch to this stream here. So.
Oh, we have a secondary stream, huh?
Well, just a different
Secondary
scene.
stream.
Just a
Oh,
scene.
with us.
Yeah, so that way we don't have
People can see whatever movie you're playing in the background.
Yeah, or we can look at their hands and their decks. Your choice.
So we can talk about the profit deck that Jerry thinks is going to win Worlds.
No, that was me.
That's both of us, kind of.
That was both of us.
You
Okay.
apparently
Okay.
then. What's it start?
What do you mean? What does it start? Profit. You start good cards. Start Han on the table.
I
Then you
want to know
persona
what your
replace.
are.
So you use the new starting interrupt, seeking an